This match, we saw them set this match up this past Thursday night. It was supposed to be initially Nick Delta versus Jose Perez. A bunch of things unfolded, and
wait a minute, what in the world is?
And we'll just take it from here.
Well, this is the Squire for hire.
And he's got some toilet paper.
Introducing first, ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, hold the boat, wait, I have to find the card, I'm sorry.
This guy has been struggling at being the official ring announcer and manservant of King Leon VI for quite a while. And he's found himself in a pickle here tonight as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is Hamlet Hertzlees. Hamlet Hertzlees. Hamlet Hertzlees, everybody. Hertzlees.
The last thing you want to do is mess up a professional wrestler's name during their entrance, because it is a means of them being introduced to new fans and a new market, if you will. So I'll be slightly devil's advocate in this regard, because the Squire for hire, he has botched almost every introduction we've given him since.
What does everybody want?
Is he introducing the skull?
He's trying to. I don't think he knows his name. That is Yorick. And Yorick has been the confidant of Hamlet Hertzlees ever since he's shown up to the event center.
He's calling him Al Snow now.
I know this one. I've got this one. Excuse me, Mr. Snow.
As we talked about, this tag team matchup was a culmination of encounters that took place between Nick Delta, Jose Perez, King Leon VI, who could not be any less thrilled with his personal ring announcer.
Do I start now, sir? Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, right now, a completely healthy amount of weight. Weighing from the dominion of the head. He is the guillotine of every single geek in this land of yours. He is the one true marvel of professional wrestling. He is my friend and yours. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you King Lion III.
King Lauren?
King Lion III. That's the best one yet.
He's only one letter off.
And yes, this is a handicap matchup, ladies and gentlemen. King Leon VI will be tagging up with Hamlet Hertzlees, and was originally scheduled to tag up with Nick Delta. Nick Delta has had some other plans, and he has hired a mercenary to stand in his place tonight.
Nick Delta's not even here tonight. Is he going to come in backwards?
You will wait for my cue to touch my crown. Squire, take off my crown. Peasants, peasants, peasants. Since my introduction was done incorrectly, I will fix it. Weighing in at the perfect amount of weight, reigning over the kingdom of Behenja, I am the guillotine of the gods, the one true tyrant of professional wrestling, and I am your almighty King Leon VI.
Wait, there's...
Now that the introduction is out of the way, Hamlet, you and I know something that, well, we must tell the crowd, don't we? It seems that our partner is missing, Nick Delta.
He's the reason for all of this.
Nick Delta is missing. But there's a very good reason behind it, and the reason is, well, you don't deserve Nick Delta. In fact, earlier today, I spoke to Nick Delta, and Nick Delta told me to tell you that none of you deserve his time, and if he's going to wrestle Jose Perez, it will be, in fact, on his time. But I assure you, Nick Delta gave us one hell of a replacement. You could say he's a superstar.
A superstar.
I will let them know, darling. You can believe that.
He said the superstar's here. I don't know if they heard me.
You know, he could use a moniker superstar as much as he'd like, because if there's anyone that lives up to it, it would be this young man right here. We saw him first show up at the XWA during the first season of Thursday Night Throwdown, and shortly after he had a WWE tryout. Fell a little bit short of his hopes, but he was given some very sound and solid advice. Ever since that day, this man has been on a quest, an absolute hell-bent path towards success. And since showing back up in the later half of the third season of TNT, he has truly stood out in a positive way. Darlie Desamot, baby, don't you dare forget the T is silent.
Yeah, it was once the T started becoming silent, is when the attitude started to change.
I can neither confirm or deny.
Speaking of attitude change, Sammy Diaz making his return as of recent.
Well, he didn't come alone. He may have himself a deficit in the numbers, but I guarantee you he more than makes up for it with the heart that he brings to the dance. Along with his tag team partner. He's been known as many things in the past. He's been known as El Diablo. He's been known as the East Coast Intensity. But here, he is known as the Commissioner, the short arm of the law, former XWA champion. And they're not wasting any time whatsoever. They're not playing it safe. Tensions have boiled over to the point where things have become truly personal between all of these men. Sammy Diaz recently making his return to Thursday Night Throwdown since recovering from a very complicated knee injury and surgery. He ran to the aid of one Jose Perez as he was in the middle of a melee from all of these hands here.
And what is going on?
The lights have gone out here in the arena.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought it was just an electrical malfunction, but I don't think it is.
What is going on here? And everybody's at a standstill.
Speaking of XWA original gangsters, XWA Wrestling Kingdom original, John Steele's in the house.
Started out 3 years ago, a trainee of the Wrestling Kingdom, and he is here tonight at OG. Him and Hershey going at it on the outside. There is mayhem happening right now in the middle of the ring.
I don't know if he's officially a part of this matchup, but the match is yet to start.
I was going to say, do we even have an official matchup?
The bell is not yet started. And one could say, that this entire matchup is in peril right now. Referee Calloway's got to make a judgment call here. He could throw the entire thing out. John Steele just thrown into the side of the ring with no hesitation by Hamlet Hershey. Jose Perez duking it out with King Leon VI as Sammy Diaz and Darley Desamot engage in battle on the other side of the arena. Mayhem has spilt throughout the house.
What's going on with Squire, though? What's he doing?
The Squire for hire is just trying to keep himself out of harm's way, it looks like.
Jose was just chewing on that head of King Leon.
Too much action to watch right now. Trying to keep my attention on all three fights going on the outside here. Jose Perez now in the middle of the ring. And the bell is called for. Action is finally underway.
With King Leon, Jose Perez, the starting man in this, I don't even know what it is now, 12-on-12 matchup.
The East Coast Intensity former XWA champion, 5th in the lineage of champions.
Jose with a series of arm drags.
Single-handedly taking out that entire team. Both Hamlet Hershey and Darley Desamot looking for a bum rush style attack. Got stopped as Jose Perez is looking to take to the air. Whoa!
Instead, everybody else went.
Sammy Diaz and John Steele take to the air with a pair of daredevil dives over the middle rope, and the entire opposing team has been floored.
The odds are now even with John Steele in the mix here. Perez and King Leon, we know they have a storied history. Bring it back to May at the West Warwick Civic Center at Excelsior. Watch out for Diaz, though.
Oh, from the top.
Cover here by Jose Perez. Diaz inadvertently in way of the referee's vantage point. Could have affected that pinfall right there. Could have miscombobulated, not sure of which corner he's at. Steele now makes the tag, and it looks as if this has officially become a six-man? I'm not sure. Tyler Calloway seems to be allowing it.
Is that? Yeah, it's looking that way.
I mean, that's how it appears. Hamlet Hershey and King Leon VI have been somewhat of a formidable duo from time to time. Darley Desamot, the hired gun in the picture, bringing 245 pounds of muscle mass to the dance. Sammy Diaz clearly outsized here in this exchange, but that's not going to stop him whatsoever. The same can be said for John Steele. Smart tactics employed here. Tandem off.
Oh! Nice follow-up there. We have to question, though, what happened to Nick Delta? He was originally scheduled to go against Perez. That's how all this came about.
I feel as if he's taking the coward's way out. It looks as if he's got someone doing his dirty work for him. I don't care what kind of issuance was given by King Leon VI. I think it's highly rooted in cowardice, but that's just my opinion, guys.
He's probably out behind an old brick building talking to a camera.
Steele now with the chancery, contains King Leon VI in that perfect amount of weight of his. Sammy Diaz now back in the mix. Ooh, big kick to the midsection. Effectively, a lot of the action has slowed down here. King Leon rushes to make the tag. Desamot in his place. Diaz unfazed.
Let's compare the two teams, though. You look at the team of Diaz, Jose Perez, and John Steele. Both John Steele and Diaz making a return after a long hiatus. Jose Perez, cover here, hooks a leg. Perez, a veteran of the scene, but again, not in the ring all that much compared to his opponents.
You don't have to be in the ring as often as some of these younger cats when you have 25-plus years experience. Plus, you're talking about the commissioner. He knows the tendencies of a lot of these guys. He knows them better than they know themselves.
Oh.
Dolly just lose a tooth there?
I think it's gum.
Tongue could have hit the tooth, you know?
And Jose is serving up them chops.
Ooh. Couple of kicks, too.
Oh, quick one. Jose go for the pin.
Very little ring rust on the commissioner, if you ask me. Picking and choosing his shots wisely.
Can you imagine if Jose won this match for the team? How much it might possibly go to his head, and we'd see him more frequently on Thursdays?
I don't think that's the case at all, John Roy. I feel as if someone felt the need to contain what was taking place on Thursdays. You know, you had Delta attacking fans. Unbeknownst to him, that fan actually had a background in pro wrestling.
Delta's not even here.
Delta's the reason why all this has been taking place. He's the mastermind behind it all, John.
It was all Delta's plan. Just cause a bunch of chaos.
Ursu now in. Diaz seemingly going after all three. Oh, man, look at that.
Oh, Jesus.
A freight train.
He really is, dude. A mountain of dude just flooring Sammy Diaz, saving the de facto leader in King Leon VI in the process. This tag team matchup has shown many shades of gray, shown a lot of different stratagem. But in my opinion, it's going to be about heart. Who has the most amount of heart is the potential winner of this matchup.
Oh! No matter how much heart you have, an uppercut while being launched over the top rope is going to help.
And King Leon doing a good job of distracting Tyler Calloway from what's going on outside right now.
And is no one going to mention Jose's face paint?
So
it is very similar to the Kratos.
I believe so. I was going to say the God of War.
Yeah.
Looking a little rough these days.
a lot of wartime, you know, a lot of wartime.
Dodging landmines and bullets in the fray. Jose Perez is looking to keep things together for his team. The de facto captain of Sammy Diaz, and John Steele.
Hamlet making the tag.
These two men forming an alliance at Thursday Night Throwdown. Hamlet now with the cover, hooking the leg on Diaz. Perez coming in to break the count, only gets a 2.
I mean, I'm just looking too. I mean, I know we mentioned the differences between both teams, but just look at the size of Hamlet, King Leon, Darby. These guys are mountains compared to John Steele and young Sammy Diaz there, but it's just amazing to me.
It's an age-old question that we talk about in combat sports, John Roy. Is it speed or is it power that wins the game?
What do you think?
Honestly, I think it's the right combination of the two
exactly.
at the right time. Timing is everything. So, yeah, they're heavily outsized, but if they can manage to strike at the right time, keep their opponents
Mercy with a 2.
on their heels, figuratively and literally, they can steal themselves a victory. They can pull the upset.
Hamlet firmly in control now. Sammy has that heart that we talked about. Not giving up. Fighting his way out and up.
He calls himself the leader of the new generation, part of a very hungry pack of athletes here in New England.
Man.
Jose Perez again choosing his shots wisely. Perfect timing to break up that pin. I don't think Diaz was going to get up after that lariat.
Setting him up here, Darley and Hamlet. Diaz in the wrong part of town.
Ooh, the wrong part of that exchange as well.
There's no right part of that exchange.
Calloway trying to control the action best he can here.
And Desamot's trying to play some head games. Barking orders out of Calloway, completely unfazed. Big ups to the young official.
Diaz looked like he was going the wrong way there for a second. He needs to get himself out of that half. Back towards home plate.
Snapmare style takeover. Behedging uppercut to the back of the neck. Deep fold on that pin. And Jose Perez there again to make the save if needed.
Yeah, it's saying Jose is ready to make the save. He's there if needed. Who do you think would be more beneficial to Sammy at this point in the matchup? John Steele tagging in Jose.
I mean, either or. At this point, Diaz needs to tag in someone. I don't think it matters who gets in there. Jose's out of the equation.
Yeah, both of them have been taken to the apron in an unceremonial fashion. But Perez, quicker to recover, throws himself into the fray yet again. Calloway inadvertently creating a lane of destruction for the opposing team.
Both teams now getting to their respective corners.
Diaz in a world of trouble right now.
Man, he is certainly on the wrong side of the tracks. He's taken a lot of offense, guys.
Sammy Diaz's train hasn't been on the rails in a while.
Look at this. The heart of the city on display as he fights his way towards freedom. He's got a lane in front of him, and Desamot stops him with a single leg pick. Desamot's been thrust back into his corner. Diaz, and again, no! Cover!
2. Jose breaking it up.
Doing what they can to keep Diaz from reaching his corner. The time is now for King Leon to capitalize and end it.
That face paint wiping off of Jose. He's starting to look like one of the Nazis at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark with his face melting off.
This is a desperation mode right now. Diaz fights his way up and tags Steele. Big swing and a miss by King Leon the 60 connects to Jose Perez. John Steele now fighting everyone in mist here. Desamot's been cornered. Hershey thrown to the outside. King Leon the 6th is taking a breather. Back fist slaps for everybody.
Here we go. Steele's on fire. Keep it going, Johnny. Oh!
I thought that wasn't going to work out in his favor.
The XWA fan base surely missed John Steele. That's a fact. Oh!
Modified DDT into the buckles. It staggers the King. Whip attempt was reversed by the Golden One.
Oh, man.
Black hole attempt.
And Hamlet pulling Steele off in the nick of time.
King Leon the 6th had his patented maneuver reversed by John Steele in the form of a DDT. Team members are crawling out of the woodwork, keeping their hopes alive of victory.
Watch Diaz on the dolly right on the outside.
Launched himself.
The two legal men continue to do battle in the ring here. King Leon the 6th has finally come to, and he hits Steele with a big right hand.
Oh. Boot to the kisser there.
Kicker to the kisser.
Connected right on the target. Excuse me for asking, but who's the legal man here? I haven't been keeping up.
The legal men are, in fact, Steele and King Leon the 6th. The Squire for hire sure as hell ain't legal.
Oh, there goes the Squire for hire. Still capitalizing.
Oh.
And he hit him with the elevated DDT. Cover here.
2, 3. John Steele wins the victory.
Here are your winners, the team of Sammy Diaz, Jose Perez, and John Steele.
In an absolute melee